Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited today. I'm gonna do what I call another smelly vision. So this is another fragrance discovery sampler set. This is from the company called Phlur. People love Phlur. It's all over the internet. Everyone's talking about a fragrance called Missing Person. So I had to try all these out. I got mine from Sephora. This is on sale, I think, for $26. It's normally $35. I just have to be honest, I am really sick and tired of spending $30 to try a sample set, but I guess $30 is better than the investment of buying the actual fragrance. What caught my most attention about these fragrances are that it's part of the Sephora Clean. It's also cruelty-free, which I think is important. And basically that this company is mindful on the formulation, down to the crafting of the fragrance itself. They want you to have an experience from it. Sephora Clean basically is the commitment to the brand and the industry to have clean fragrance. That means addressing ingredients, concerns, and I'm not going to go into all of what it doesn't have for Sephora Clean because I think you guys can all look that up yourself. With that being said, this is the package here. It comes with 7 fragrances and it looks like they are 2 mils each. What I like about this particular set is, first off, like the coloring is really cute. The package is adorable, right? They're color coded, which is fabulous. And then on the back, it actually has like your little cheat sheet with all of your information on what the notes are. I'll go over the notes and then I'll kind of go over some of the notes I wrote down on my little pad here about what I think the fragrances smell like and which I liked, which I didn't like, and kind of go from there. So let's just hop into that. Basically on the back of the box, it says, we created modern fine fragrances to inspire memories, moments, experiences, feelings, and those that are intimately personal and universally shared. It's not clear that this is for women or men, so I'm assuming it's unisex right now. Unisex fragrances are very much trending and everybody is kind of into that. Nothing is super specific to one gender, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to start off with the first fragrance in here, which is called Ameline, I believe is how that's pronounced. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize in advance. Sometimes fragrance names are just a little bit funky. I'm also going to apologize for my ugly little blotter cards. I thought I had some and I ran out. These have already been pre-sprayed and dried so I can smell it. I'm going to spray them again when I talk about the fragrance, and then I will go over what I think the fragrance smells like. I have worn all of these. Typically, I try to wear all of them and get my thoughts and feelings about that first before I actually go into the notes and what the fragrance are and all of that jazz. So I'm gonna start with this fragrance here. First immediate, as I'm smelling it, on paper, it's kind of soft, fresh, a little bit sweet. There's definitely some sort of like a floral note to this when you first smell it. The name is cute. I like that too. The more I smell it, it's like floral woody. Definitely getting floral woody from this. So that is kind of that. Yeah, kind of different. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But yeah. This fragrance it says Italian bergamot, rose, pink pepper, patchouli, and sandalwood. Yeah, I definitely smell like the freshness of the bergamot. I slightly smell pink pepper and definitely sandalwood for sure. It just smells very mature, and I didn't really vibe with that fragrance, even though the notes are all things I like particularly. I will also start off by saying none of these fragrances last particularly long. That is the biggest negative I found with all of these fragrances, is there is no longevity. I mean, we're talking not even 3 hours and I couldn't even smell half of these. So that's a big, big negative for me. This one's called Apricot Privé. So this one has been dried. It smells, you know, like a candle. Definitely masculine in my opinion. Has like a really weird I don't know if you guys are gonna get this, but like a sweet, spicy, like peanut buttery, like woody, boozy kind of smell to me. That is just my initial what I think it smells like. Also has just kind of a weird, like a grassy smell. This is definitely men's. It's definitely not women's, but that's just kind of my first thoughts on what I think this smells like. What the notes are is apricot, plum, cardamom, jasmine, absolute, peony, tonka bean, sandalwood. Yeah, this is just, in my opinion, it just leans very hard masculine. It's got a lot of really interesting things, such as like cardamom, which is something either you really like or you really don't. I don't really get like too much plum, too much apricot. It does have a sweetness from that and the tonka bean, but it's just a very deep fragrance, and I'm just not into it. I thought it was the worst for me to wear personally. I didn't like it at all. It's not a me fragrance. I don't like woody fragrances, so it was definitely a hard pass. All right, so let's go into the next one. This one is called Not Your Baby. I think this is such a cute name for a fragrance. It's so fun. It does not have very much longevity. I'm gonna spray it again to get my thoughts. Okay, instantly, like a baby powder smell. Not mature, but definitely has a baby powder smell. There's something about it, it kind of reminds me of Cheerios. I don't know why, it just does. Fresh baby powder, pleasant. It's okay. It's fine. Like, it smelled better on my skin than it does on the paper. I remember thinking that, but there's just something about it. It's a different fragrance, but let's go over the notes. Okay, so Not Your Baby. Again, it's that cardamom. I think I just don't like cardamom. Bergamot, mimosa, violet, vanilla milk, and sandalwood, and tonka bean. I like tonka bean. I like vanilla. I like violet, okay, mimosa, and bergamot. So it's like I kind of like the fragrance, but I kind of don't. All right, so Lost Cause. That is the next fragrance here. Again, can't smell it on the paper that I pre-sprayed, so we're gonna spray it again. Oh yeah, so this is good. It has that very clean, definitely like a bergamot, lemon, citrus, definitely unisex. If you're someone who likes Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, you will like this. I liked this one a lot, and it smells good on my skin. Again, little to no lasting power. That was the negative there. I just said fresh, lemon, bright, bubbly, definitely a unisex fragrance. That was my thoughts on Lost Cause. Lost Cause, again, Italian bergamot. I know the bergamots. It had crisp apple, it had freesia, jasmine, and lily of the valley. So I liked this fragrance. It's very pleasant, very easy to wear. So next, I'm going to go into probably what most people are interested in, which is called Missing Person. This is kind of all over the internet as like the it fragrance from this brand, Phlur. I'm going to spray it again. Okay, right off the bat, this thing smells like alcohol, real cheap. As it starts to dry, it kind of becomes almost skin-like. Like a second skin is there, but not really. It's pleasant, not a whole bunch to it. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. There was zero lasting power on this for me, like nothing. I think it was gone in less than like 20 minutes. It was very, very disappointing, even though everybody else loves it. I'll go over the notes. This is a skin musk, bergamot, nectar, jasmine, neroli, orange blossom, sandalwood, and blonde wood, white wood. It's meant to be like your skin, but better. I know people love that, but I just think it's really lame and not something I'm into. Then we're gonna go into Somebody Wood. I'm assuming this is gonna be a wood fragrance. Wood is in the title. Yeah, this is like an oud fragrance. Definitely, ugh. Yeah, I don't like this. This one I think I like the least. It has a reasonable longevity. It definitely has that woody base. Definitely masculine. or not feminine whatsoever in my opinion. This is bergamot, lemon, jasmine, saffron. It has sandalwood, vanilla musk, amber, moss, and cedarwood. I don't like this at all. It's really gross. I would probably say it's my least favorite out of the ones. So not for me. Definitely not for me. All right. Then last but not least is this fragrance. It's called Phlur. Right off the bat, this one smells really good to me. Right off the bat, this one is my favorite. What I said about it, sweet, floral, tropical, very pleasant. This was my number one out of the entire group. And I thought that both times I wore it and both times I initially smelt it. Okay, let's go over the notes on that particular fragrance because it's last but not least. It is bergamot, lemon, wet greens, ylang ylang, gardenia, jasmine, tuberose, vanilla, skin musk, sandalwood, and cedar. So that one is my winner for sure. I like that one the best. Phlur. That is spelled Phloria. If the pronunciation is wrong, I am sorry, but that is how I think you say it. So that's definitely my number one. Let's go back over it and see which is my number two. For me, such a torn decision. As it dries down and the longer it sits, I will actually have to say Lost Cause is my number two. Number three is Not Your Baby. And then let's see. Adeline is number four. And I still put Missing Person fifth. I'm not like crazy about it. I mean, it's fine. It's just there's not a whole lot to it. So I guess that's my thoughts on that. Six is going to be Apricot Privé. It smells okay, but I don't like it for me. It's not a me scent. And then last but certainly not least is Somebody Would. So that is my exact order now that I have resprayed them. I've worn them multiple times because I have different notes that I wrote here, but that is the order. So we will just go over the top three from the collection. Everything else I think is kind of not worth even bothering with. So third is Not Your Baby. It's a pleasant scent. I don't think I'm going to run out and buy it. I'm not particularly a powdery baby powder scent person, but I could totally see this being popular with people because it's a very pleasant scent. And on my skin, it did smell reasonably good. It just wasn't good enough to be added to my collection because I don't typically wear powder fragrances. Then Lost Cause. I like this so much, but it's so much like a candle, men's cologne, you know, unisex, citrusy, everyday fragrance. It smells really good, but there was no longevity on the skin. That was the biggest disappointment, but I did like it. Overall, if you're someone who likes Dolce & Gabbana light blue for men or for women, you're probably gonna like this. Again, those are not typically the fragrances I gravitate towards. Those are more like household scents to me. You know, candles, room diffusers, that sort of thing. So that is the line that falls in for me. So definitely not going to be added to my collection. And then Phlur, this is the number one for me. I like it. It has so much pleasantries about it. I love that it has a ylang-ylang. It gives you that tropical vibe like you've just been on vacation. I really enjoy that, but I have so many other fragrances that give me that vibe that I just can't see spending the money to add this to my collection. My overall thoughts, like, because none of these have great longevity to them, in scents that I liked, I wouldn't recommend these scents. I'm not going to buy them. I'm not going to repurchase any of them. It's fine to test out samplers. I like to do that for you guys. I like to do it for me. I have a huge fragrance collection. I'm extremely picky and particular about my scents. And unfortunately, none of these met my requirements. I love that it's clean fragrance. I like the packaging. I like what they're doing as a company, but none of their scents have caught my eye. So that's my thoughts are, this brand is a pass. And that's just what I think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and down in the box below, if there is a fragrance discoveries that you want me to try that I haven't yet, leave it down there. As always, will be my Instagram for daily posts and my link tree if you guys like to see more of what I'm doing, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.